Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be learning how to make this beautiful Zara Cap design. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for viewing. You're welcome to my channel. Please do well to subscribe and also do well to click on the bell icon. This enables you to get notified whenever we upload new tutorials, and trust me, we have lots of tutorials awaiting you. Now, to the materials needed, they include your raw silk fabric, of which 1 yard will be more than enough, your fiber or your foam, your gum, your accessories, your scissors, your measuring tape, and matching color of thread and needle. For this tutorial, we are going to be working on a Zara cap using our raw silk fabric, and in place of raw silk fabric, you can use any other fabric of your choice. 1 yard will be more than enough. So this design has the Zara cap base, where we're going to be having our marco in front. Then there's a double padded design on the marco, and then there's this bow design, double bow design at the back, as well as a loop design that joins the bow design together. Now the padded design is going to be padded using your foam or fiber, while for the bow design we're going to be using crinoline, the big size of crinoline, to give it that stiff effect. So this is what makes up this design. Now, moving into the tutorial properly, I'm going to be stating out the fabrics and their measurements. We'll first start with the fabric for the Zara cap base. The measurement is 25 inches for the length by 16 inches for the width. 25 by 16 inches. Now, this is a little bit too long. At the end of the day, I'm going to now reduce it down to the actual head size, which is either 22 or 23 inches, that I am going to be working with. Okay, it's better you always have excess and you cut off than you run short of fabric. So I'm using 25 by 16 for the fabric that I'll be using to create the Zara cap base. Moving on, I have my marco here. The measurement for my marco is 3 inches for the width by 18 inches for the length. 3 by 18 inches. Then I have the fabric for the padded design in front. The measurement is 27 inches for the length, and then the width is 4.5 inches. 27 by 4.5 inches, cut out twice, 2 pieces of fabric for the padded design that is going to be in front. And then I also have the fabric for the bow design at the back. The measurement is 28 inches for the length by 12 inches for the width. 28 by 12 inches, cut out 2 times. In addition to this, I have my crinoline, and I'm going to be making use of big size of crinoline. So after sewing our fabric, we're going to be inserting the crinoline inside of it. Now for my loop fabric, the measurement is 5 inches for the width and the length is 7 inches. 5 by 7 inches. This is what I'm going to be using for the loop fabric at the back of the bow design. So that is all for the materials and measurements. Now to get started, remember the 2 pieces of fabric for the bow design at the back. Get each piece of fabric and then fold it into 2 equal halves with the fine side inside and the wrong side outside, and then stitch this down from one end of the fabric down to the other end. Then go ahead to turn your fabric inside out. Now we're going to repeat this same thing. We're doing the same thing for the 2 pieces of fabric at the back for the bow design, for the 2 pieces of fabric in front for the loop design, and also for the padded design and for the loop design. So altogether we are having 5 pieces of fabric. Just fold into 2 and sew down from one end to the other. That is it for this. Now for the Zara cap itself, get your piece of fabric, get your marco, ensure your marco is placed at the middle of your fabric. Fold down the edge of your fabric. Okay, this is to cover the fraying edge from one end to another. Fold it in and then place it down on your marco like this. Then take this down to your sewing machine and then stitch it down from one end down to the other end. After which you get back for us to continue. At this point, I have my fabric already sewn. This is it. This is the fine side, and then this is the wrong side. The next thing I'll be doing is that I'll be pulling in this sewn part down to this middle part of the marco, so that this part goes inwards, and then you will not be seeing the sewn part at the top. So just gradually pull in your fabric like this until you have that sewn part on the other side. So this is the design for the padded design in front. This is the first piece of fabric. I've gone ahead to stitch it down from one end to the other end. Now go ahead to turn it inside out. Let's assume this is my fabric after turning it inside out. So what I will do now is to get my measuring tape and then take the measurement of the fabric, and right here I have about 2 inches for the width. So I'm going to get my fiber. Like I said, you can make use of your foam too. For my fiber, the width is going to be 4 inches. That is times 2 of the fabric length. So the width is going to be 4 inches, while the length is going to be 26 inches, and I cut this out twice, 4 by 26 inches. Now that that is done, I'm going to fold this down and pass it inside my fabric. So with the aid of your scissors, you will go ahead to pass it inside your fabric until it comes out from the other end, and then you repeat the same thing for the other piece of fabric, and then adjust your fabric. Before now, I've already done that for my fabrics, and this is what I have for both piece of fabric. This is how it looks like. The next thing I'll do is that I'll get the fabric for my Zara cap, and then I'm going to be placing my design on it, and then we'll now close the Zara cap to form the cap design. So this is it. Starting from one end, I will place them. This one part should be at the middle. Okay, so I'll place them at the edge one after the other like this. Now your fiber should not get to the very end, so you can trim it to decrease it if it's a little too long. And then I've secured it. Now when you place your foam, or rather your fiber, on your marco, take it round like this so that you can get the perfect measurement for it. Okay, because if you place it flat like this and go ahead to form your cap, this padded part is going to end up being too small, and to be too tight, it will not fit in properly. So this is it now. So take it round like this, pull, adjust, and then at the edge you pin it down. Okay, so this is it. I've pinned down this end, and I've also adjusted this end. I've pinned it down. I had to decrease the foam a bit and also cut off some of the fabric. Now that is done, place it down again, fold into 2 equal halves. Now go ahead to place this on your sewing machine and stitch it down, starting from the band down to this end and extend it to this very end. Here I have my fabric already sewn from the band down to this end and down to this very end. I have my needle and thread here, and I'll go ahead to make my running stitch. The running stitch will come immediately after the band down to this end. So this is it after the running stitch. I'll go ahead to turn this inside out. I have it this way. Then I'll place this one after the other. Then go ahead to adjust and set it in place properly.
The next thing we'll be working on is the design at the back. This is very important. Before the running stitch, remember that the head circumference for our design was 24 inches, which is larger than the adult head size. So when you want to form your cap, fold your cap into two, fold the band into two, and then take the actual head size. Okay, let's say the head size you're working with is 22 inches, so that will be 11 inches on fold. You can now start sewing from the 11 inches, or if it's 23 inches, you start sewing from 11 and a half inches. Okay, please always remember to take the actual head size while you're folding to form your cap. I have the fabric from the design at the back, the bow design at the back already sewn. I turned it inside out. I also inserted my crinoline in it. Just get your crinoline and pass inside, but I doubled my crinoline so that it can be strong. Okay, then this is my loop fabric. I've sewn it and I've turned it inside out. Now we'll just go straight into creating the design. To do that, I will try to locate the middle of each piece of fabric and then get both ends down to the middle and make a running stitch through it. So that's what I'll be doing. My needle and thread, and I'll start with this one. So I'll just start passing it in and out like this. So I'll get the second one, and then I'll go ahead to make the same running stitch through it again. Okay, then get a needle and thread and pass it through the midpoint, then secure it. Get pass tack back a couple of times to secure it, and then I'll be back. Now that this is done, go ahead to get the fabric for the loop, and that is it right here. So I'll place this fabric on it like this, and then take it down all the way to the back, and then use my needle and thread to stitch it down here. Okay, then after which I'll get my cap and I will tag this again using my needle and thread to the back of the cap. Now that that is done, this is our design. You can go ahead to use your place your gum and then glue this down. Okay, this is how it's looking like. This is the back here. So we can now get other accessories. You can get something like this, glue it at the back here, get your stones, get your gum, and then go ahead to embellish this around them.
After embellishment, this is what I have. This is the final outlook, and this brings us to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, to share, and to leave comments in the comment section. Please also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. We are there as JenieConcept.